What's up, BJJ fans? And of course, the BJJ stands for Blind Judo Journey. I went to Turkey, Antalya, IPSA Grand Prix. This is my 4th international competition. I've been preparing for this since Germany. I had 3 fights. I fought a Romanian, a German, and a Georgian. Let's take a look at that first Romanian fight.
Right, we're on the way then. The J2 under 73 kilo category. Last of the first round contest. Left-sided Seotoshi from Solomon catches Valgoshki for Wazari.
Going into this fight, I was pretty confident, to be fair. I'd been told that this was a fight I should be winning. And we went in with the intention of throwing with probably Tomo or drop Seo. Based on his stance, the Tomo wasn't really going to go, but threw with the Seonagi in the second exchange. Pretty happy with my performance on the ground as well. Trying to throw my keyhole that you might have been checking out on the channel if you've been keeping up. But nothing much really to say about this fight. It's obviously nice to get your first fight out of the way and also to win it. Obviously builds my confidence going into these competitions, and guaranteeing that I've come away from the day with at least 1 win really does show me personally that it was worth me going, it was worth the weight cut, it was worth the travel, etc. So yeah, this put me into the quarterfinal where I got to fight Nikolai Kornast, the German. Let's take a look.
Yeah, I thought this was going to be a lively matchup between this pair. Solomon just making sure he avoided.
Goes to the final.
Low left-sided effort from Solomon, just threatening Kornast for a moment. He reacted well.
The number 3, repechage J1 under 48 kilo. In blue from Japan, Angai Shizuka.
Solomon has remained reasonably upright. Kornast has the habit of immediately becoming bent over and defensive once the referee calls Hajime. Kojigari down onto the side. I like that for a score for Kornast, to be honest. No, they've decided not to give a score. just going on to his front there, just managing to get out. Well, that was as close as they come. I liked it for Kornhaas when I first saw it, but Solomon, given the benefit of the doubt of having just managed to turn out, but he picks up a penalty for passivity. What a finish. As soon as the referee calls Hajime. Huge Uchimata, and just look at the right arm going down to make sure that there's no contact with the head.
It was a really good throw though. I was disappointed with myself for this fight. I thought this guy was better than me, definitely was at this time on today, but I gave a good fight. I think maybe you run this fight a few times. I thought that I wasn't completely outclassed. There were still chances for me to win. I think definitely if I'd have thrown in my drop sale a couple more times, maybe even thrown in a Makakomi, that might have tipped the edge for me. But I think there's a little bit about confidence and fighting people who are better than you and stuff like this. But that's a learning process for me. There are definitely some important things I can take away from this fight, some things to go away and improve on. I'm not going to talk about those too much on the channel though, because obviously this is public and my competitors can go and watch these videos. So Nikolai, I'm coming for you. Going into the repechage now. I move and fight Kaldani, the Georgian. He is European champion. I've actually met him in real life in Britain for the World Games last year, and I've met him a couple of times at the competitions as well. So I've been looking forward to fighting him. Let's take a look.
Judo. Judo from Uzbekistan, your back. The one winner of the repechage.
He's so strong. Like, look at how he grips my sleeve hand when we grip up, and you can just see he takes control of that, and that's something I haven't really experienced on this level yet. I think definitely I felt a bit outclassed standing up on the ground. I could have been a bit more aggressive. That's definitely something, one of the takeaways from this fight. He throws me with a beautiful throw though, to be honest. So coming away from this competition, I was a little disappointed for a few reasons. One, obviously not placing, even though I want to fight, a bit annoyed. Other than that, there was some weird things with the draw. I ended up quite a difficult draw, and also quite a few of the good people ended up dropping out due to injuries. So there were people who managed to place getting sevenths despite having not won any fights. which is a little bit frustrating when you go in and you go, okay, I managed to win my first fight, and then I fought two really good people, and I didn't actually get any points to take away from that or increase my ranking, whereas there are people who come away from this tournament with more points and with 7th places or whatever place they got, despite them not winning fights. But you can't spend too much time thinking about that. Realistically, you can only fight the people in front of you. That's what I'm there to do. You can't control the draw, you can just control what you did on the day. Coming away from this, we've got the Georgia Grand Prix in about 6 weeks' time. Can't wait for that. That'll be the final Grand Prix before the Paralympics. Realistically, I'm not going to be qualifying for this Paralympic cycle. That's mainly due to the fact that I've come into the sport, and especially the international level, at a very late stage. I would have probably had to take a couple of medals to be able to qualify for these games, but it doesn't mean I'm unhappy with my performance, to be fair, coming into the international scene and getting wins at most of my competitions I've done and placings at half of them is definitely a good place to be. Aside from all of that, I'm going to try and do a few more videos that'll be shorts of a bit more what I'm doing with my training schedule, because I do go to some training camps and smaller competitions and work on things in the dojo that maybe I don't post here, and I don't want to put them into one long video because no one would watch it, but maybe I can throw out a couple of shorts just to keep you guys informed about what I'm doing, and just gives me something to focus on as well. Been really sorry that I've not been getting the videos out at the same rate in the past month. That's mainly just due to going to so many different countries and traveling across the world, and I have to then recover after competitions and things like that. I haven't actually done any judo in the past week just to help myself physically recover. Other than that as well, I do actually have a job. I have a 9-to-5 job that I spend 14 hours a week doing, so sadly I don't make any money from this yet. Genuinely would be looking for sponsors. If you want to talk about that, please drop me a comment or something like that. Anyway, enough self-promotion. If you want to follow me on my blind judo journey into international visually impaired judo, please make sure to like, comment, share and subscribe. Soramade.